A wise saying is apt for the circumstance we find ourselves in today. The saying goes, adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. As President Trump and Elon Musk are unraveling the layers of corruption, fraud, and abuse of the American taxpayers, malfeasance that the America Last crowd in both parties have allowed to develop, the true nature of the enemies of mankind is being revealed. The left melts down over exposed government lies. That's my focus and warning in today's preamble. President Thomas Jefferson is reported to have said, "He who permits himself to tell a lie once finds it much easier to do it the second time," end quote. That's what's responsible for the government's decay, a decay that threatens the survivability of this nation. Author Khalid Hosseini gave a fine quote to push back on the government liars and the lies they tell themselves to justify hiding the truth from us. He said, quote, "Better to be hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie." And that leads me to how our people should relate to America's corrupt, unaccountable, and rogue government. Loyalty to country always, loyalty to government when it deserves it. That tidbit of wisdom from Mark Twain says so many truths, contrary to what the shrubs in the left-wing press or their comrades in the Democrat Party say. America is not its government. America is the first three words in our Constitution. We, the people. Under the America Last coalition, our own government has assumed unconstitutional power, appropriated money it should never have had access to, and turned its efforts and its guns on our people. Now the America First coalition is exposing their treachery, and left-wingers are reacting to the prospect, or to protect themselves, I should say, and their crooked interests, in an apparent nod to America's enemies, like Communist China. Mitch McConnell joined his fellow America Last colleagues in the Democrat Party to oppose Tulsi Gabbard's nomination to be the Director of National Intelligence. Meanwhile, an already confirmed Trump appointee, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, launching her first actions against a major criminal operation. Public officials in New York.
We're here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today.
Those in government who have been aiding and abetting illegal immigration and sacrificing the safety and the tax dollars of Americans to do it will finally be held accountable under the law. Last I checked, it's still not legal for government officials, or anybody for that matter, to support illegal activity. While Trump appointees in the executive branch bring back the rule of law, Elon Musk and DOGE are targeting the main tool the America Last crowd uses to harm Americans, our money. The fully transparent Department of Government Efficiency is methodically auditing government overspending and revealing waste, fraud, and abuse of the U.S. taxpayer. DOGE is claiming to have identified over $1 billion a week in savings. Their efforts have resulted in buyouts, firings, and layoffs of government deadweight that we, the taxpayers, were forced to bankroll under the America Last coalition. Outing government's abuse of our people has led to extreme, crass, and violent reactions from leftists.
I want to hear why, but do you think that calling Elon Musk a dick is effective messaging for confronting what is a potentially irreversible transformation of the U.S. government?
Well, he is a dick. And I think that he's also harming the American public in an enormous way. And what I think is really important, and what the American public want, is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
As I, your liberty-loving Latino, have been warning you, when these left-wingers lose their ability to abuse your money, to control you, to run your life, to tell you what to do, they always resort to violence. If the Democrats' call for actual weapons wasn't bad enough, did you hear how distressed that CNN's Brianna Keilar was about the current system of no oversight, no accountability, massive overspending, and prehistoric record-keeping at the prospect of that going away? Oh, she was terrified. The biased press is incredibly worried about corruption in the government being weeded out. Turns out America Last Democrats have a game plan for the press to follow.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
That's right. She does speak for all Democrats. To my knowledge, no Democrat has said that Ayanna Pressley doesn't speak for them. Thus, I can assume it's their desire to censor you if you want to keep more of your own money for your family, if you wish to put America first rather than every other nation on the planet, or if you think the law should apply to everybody, they want to censor you like any good totalitarian would. I know the left, whether they call themselves Republicans or Democrats, they're all the same. It's the nature of the collectivist mindset. You see, they don't have the brain power to evolve into a conservative who treasures individual liberty, security, and prosperity. These left-wing people get up every day trying to figure out any way they can to tell you what to do, to force you to support them and their crazy ideas of entitlement and perversion. That's why they gravitate toward government, why government is infested with their America last kind. Ronald Reagan said, quote, "Government is never more dangerous than when our desire to have it help us blinds us to its great power to harm us," end quote. It's why the Founding Fathers constructed the Constitution to limit government's power over you. They wanted to ensure our people could remain as free as possible, consistent with a civilized society. Of course, that kind of society doesn't cater to entitled brats in the America Last coalition, and that's why they're melting down. You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.